What's going on, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers, and Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. All that stuff has come and gone since the last time I posted a video, I believe. I think the last one I did was Halloween. Yeah, time flies. So sorry for the absence. Hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things and get some more new videos up for you guys more frequently in 2015. So here we are. I meant to get these beers reviewed over the holiday season, and it's come and gone. So now we're doing them here and now. So this is a pretty special review, actually. These are two beers that I got for my father for Christmas last year, and this was a joint effort. My mom and I at the time had seen the gingerbread stout in Treehouse, had an empty bottle of it, and we talked about how my dad liked gingerbread stuff, and my mom asked if I could get it for him. So I set up a trade back then, and I managed to get not only the regular version, which was pretty hard to get, but I was able to get the bourbon barrel-aged version as well. You guys know I love having side-by-sides. If there's a barrel-aged version to go with the regular version, I always want it. And so I managed to get the trade done. It was really hard to get the bourbon version actually last year. You guys, if you know about this brewery, they had a major problem. I guess they lost almost all of their bourbon gingerbread stout last year. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I forget. It was a long time ago. So it was really hard to get this, but the guy actually pulled through for me. And so anyways, long story short, these are two beers I've never had. And they, like I said, they're from last year's batch, so they came out in December of 2013. Sounds a little weird because it's 2015 now. But let's go ahead and check these out. I haven't really done too much reading into this, as far as reviews. I just know from everyone on Beer Advocate and talking to some people that it's supposed to be Christmas in a bottle, which is exactly what it says right here on the label. They actually quoted Beer Advocate. It says friggin' Christmas in a bottle. Beer Advocate gave it 100 from the bros, obviously. So it's a gingerbread stout. It's technically an imperial milk stout that is brewed with fresh local ginger and honey. Comes in at 9.2% alcohol and 55 IBUs. 2013 release. So these guys, Hardywood Park, are from Richmond, Virginia, and I've never had anything from them. So this will be a treat, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about them. Local ingredients: wildflower, honey, baby ginger. So that's that. It's supposed to be just awesome. And the bourbon version is obviously a little different. So this one is 10.6% as opposed to 9.2%. So it's a little bit higher, not crazy. And also 55 IBUs. And this one says gingerbread stout aged in Virginia bourbon barrels, so local bourbon barrels. Again, it talks about how it's an imperial milk stout brewed with vanilla beans, cinnamon, fresh baby ginger, and wildflower honey. I don't remember this one saying vanilla beans or cinnamon, but anyways, maybe it's a little bit different. And then it says that they age it in Virginia bourbon barrels for 12 weeks. So there you have it. That's 3 months, I believe. Yeah, 12 weeks, 3 months. So there we go, guys. Obviously, this is really special. This was a joint gift from my mom and I and my father for last Christmas, and we meant to get around to drinking them. You guys might know how it is. You have too many things to try, and this is just one example of many to come that we had hoped to share with my mother. And I'll be reviewing a lot of those special beers. And of course, my father is right here next to me, and we're gonna crack these open, guys, and hopefully they're gonna be awesome. And lastly, I just want to say that I am expecting them to be a bit faded on the key note of this beer, which is the ginger. I read a lot of people say it's not good to age this beer. But so I'm going to keep that in mind throughout the review, that even though it's a year old and it was aged properly, it may not be as just popping with those kind of those flavors and aromas that you'd expect. But I still think it's going to be awesome. Let's get them cracked open and let you guys know what's up with the Gingerbread Stout from Hardywood Park. Alright guys, so I got both the beers poured out, and both very similar looking, almost pitch black. You can see through them a tiny bit with this really dark ruby red kind of color to it, but pretty similar. The only major difference between them is the heads on them. So the regular version here has a very tight, creamy head to it. You can recirculate it very easily. I was swirling it around a little bit, and it's there. I mean, it's a nice tan, light tan kind of mocha color to it, and very tight bubbles. Looks almost like a nitro pour. Very creamy head to that one. Not much lacing. Nothing's really like running down the glass there, but just a really creamy looking beer. The bourbon one is totally different in that when you swirl around, it has this lacing sticking to the glass. You can see that sticky. It's got bigger bubbles to it. Same color head, but just more of the lacing, more of that stickiness, and more of bigger bubbles to it. So let's go ahead and get right into the aroma finally, guys. These are also slightly chilled, perfect like cellar temp, maybe a little bit cooler than that, just perfect to get everything out of the beer right away. So let's take a look right now with the aroma on the regular gingerbread stout. Oh, no doubt. That is ginger. A really nice ginger. Like, I mean, I don't want to, I mean, I knew it was going to be a little faded, and you can tell it's a little faded, but it's actually really, really pleasant. It's just ginger and honey, like ginger honey tea almost. There's a sweetness there. There's a little bit of a hint of a chocolate too, like a milk chocolate, but just a really, really pleasant ginger smell to it. And that's really a dominant thing for me at this point. Yeah, like a honey ginger type of tea or something like that, but obviously it has that chocolatey component. But I actually have never smelled a beer with that component. So just very fresh. It smells just, I mean, obviously this is using all locally sourced ingredients, but it just smells so fresh and almost like takes you somewhere else. It smells amazing. So I'm very curious to see what the bourbon version is going to be like, guys. Get an aroma on the bourbon. Whoa. Whoa, that's huge. Wow. See, this is why I love getting both versions of a beer when you have it available to you, because what a different animal. Huge milk chocolate. This is like those those milk duds, like chocolate covered like malted milk balls. And ginger's right there in the back. But I think they're getting a lot of vanilla from the vanilla beans they talked about, which I'm definitely getting vanilla beans, which I didn't, like I said, I didn't read that one in the original version. I'm not sure if that is a component, but it smells like a vanilla bomb, actually, which is probably from the barrel too, but if it has vanilla beans, for sure. Vanilla, ginger, chocolate. I mean, I don't get bourbon, but I get like the vanilla, I get some of that oak, but I don't get like big boozy bourbon notes at all. It actually smells really good. I think it smells more complex, much more complex than the regular version. So let's go ahead and get a taste on the regular first. Cheers, guys. Very carbonated, maybe overly carbonated, but that's okay. It's not, it's not offensive or anything. It's just very carbonated. It matches the aroma perfectly. I mean, it's exactly what you expect. It's gingerbread cookie. It's there. It's definitely there. I think they nailed it. As it's sitting on your palate, the flavors really are just starting to express themselves a little bit more as it sits there. getting gingerbread, like I just took a bite of a gingerbread cookie and I've swallowed and now I'm tasting it. Again, as it layers up, I'm getting that gingerbread cookie type thing. Very crisp, very clean, really nice pop of that spice. Dry finish, I would say medium mouthfeel, almost light, to be honest. Doesn't have a huge creamy body like you expect with a imperial milk stout. I think the only thing imperial about it is the alcohol. It's not really a thick, rich, fudgy beer or anything like that at all. It's actually kind of easy to drink and refreshing. I think it's 9.2 or something like that %. So I'm getting a tiny bit of warming now, feeling it in the back end, but you don't taste or smell the alcohol really, guys. Yeah, carbonation is just too much for me. I think I would expect a more a silky smooth kind of mouthfeel to it. I mean, it's very good. I think the carbonation doesn't need to be that high for such a beer, but very, very good. Definitely hitting the gingerbread cookie thing. Doesn't taste overly fade to me, but that's coming from somebody who didn't have it fresh, so I'd have no idea if it would be more intense, but it's pretty intense. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get a taste on the bourbon version of the gingerbread stout. I'm excited. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, just what I expected, quite frankly, from the aromas alone. This beer is really what I would want out of the name of this beer. Just for there's a lot of things about it that I think that way about it. But the first sip, it's rich. It's got a mouthfeel to it. It's not overly carbonated. It's got that velvety kind of thing going on, which is weird because this one looked like it would be the smoother, richer one. Great milk chocolate, vanilla bean. The most surprising thing in the taste on this one, I'm actually getting a lot of bourbon taste. I'm actually getting a lot of that, like real, just almost like a shot of bourbon dropped into it. A lot of that oak and vanilla coming through on this one. Obviously, the ginger is a little bit less intense and fresh tasting as with the original, but it's still there. It's in the background. And there is that malted milk ball, kind of milk chocolate thing going on still, just as in the aroma. Yeah, this one's I'd say it's quite a bit better actually. But I think that, again, we're talking about a beer that's not necessarily meant to be aged. So between the two of them, the barrel aged one, of course, is going to hold out longer and better than an original one without barrel aging. So I'm going to sit on these for a minute or two and check out the scores on Beer Advocate, think about my scores and let you guys know what I think. But so far, they're really interesting beers. Can't say I've had any like this before, so be right back. Alright guys, so I've been sipping on these for a little while, just thinking about it, talking about it. On Beer Advocate, both of these have a 96. Obviously this one's a lot harder to get. Whether or not that influences the score, I guess that's up to you. But I think personally the bourbon one is better. And really, you would not know that it's the same beer if you did these blind. You wouldn't be able to tell. Completely different. I do have to say, for 1 year, 1 year aged for both these bottles, amazing how they held up. Everyone was saying, oh, the ginger's completely gone. Well, I got these bottles directly from somebody who got them directly from the brewery. So it was only, through one set of hands and then in my fridge for the year. So I would guess that these are probably pretty close to how they taste fresh. The ginger, the carbonation, everything's so strong, so prevalent. The regular one just has an amazing fresh ginger smell to it and taste, with a nice subtle, milk chocolate and honey thing going on. You really can't complain. It's exactly as advertised. The only drawback to this beer is the mouthfeel. and it's not as sweet as I want it to be. But really, the mouthfeel is just lacking. It's very, very thin. There's really no body to it, or very little. So I just expected a little bit more, a little bit thicker, a little bit creamier. But as far as the flavors go, it's awesome stuff. I would love to try this fresh for sure, just to see, try the new batch or try it next year, but definitely would get this beer again. So with that being said, I'm going to go 90 on this. Solid A minus. I don't see the 96. It's not quite up there for me, but definitely a solid beer. Bourbon one, guys, is like I said, it's a whole nother animal. This is you know, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go the 96 and match beer advocate on this one. I can see that score because there's just a lot more going on, and it does have a bit more mouthfeel to it. It is sweeter. It's Imperial Milk's sweet stout. You know, we gotta have some sweetness there. I found there's a little bit of bitterness in the back end of that one. This one just has that sweet vanilla, cinnamon, you know, the ginger, that milk chocolate. It's just all there. There's a lot more complexity to it, and it actually tastes like the Virginia bourbon, whatever they used in it. It actually tastes like they were very wet barrels, because it tastes like there's bourbon in this beer, and I kind of like it. Yeah, bourbon one comes across as very much more of a dessert compared to the regular. Just a delicious, delicious beer. Both versions, and even the ginger on the bourbon one, although it's in the background, it's still very strong. So these age very well. Both great beers. If I had to pick one, guys, I'd go with the bourbon one. But let me know what you think. I'm sure many of you guys have probably had the regular one by now. It's very well-known beer. Let me know what you think of these. If you've had both, if you've had one, what you think. Let me know in the comments, and I'll be curious to see. But yeah, 90 and 96 for me. And thanks for watching, guys. Again, Happy New Year. And I will be seeing you guys very soon. I'm going to do a little quick video update about a couple things and some fun stuff. So stay tuned, and remember to comment, subscribe, and check out the Facebook page. And I'm going to say cheers. See you in the next beer, you guys.